Welcome everyone to Real Talk with My Homies. I'm your host, Jake Wardrop, licensed real estate agent with Homepage Realty in Louisville, Kentucky. Today I'm joined by Jamie Wisely. Jamie's a full-time realtor with Homepage with me. Jamie has received multiple awards for social media at our brokerage. I believe she is one of the best at what she does, which is why I wanted her to come on. Since 2020, Jamie has sold 87 homes for a total of $23 million. Jamie, how are we today?
I'm wonderful.
Good.
How are you?
Good. I'm doing well. It's raining, so that kind of sucks, but we're good.
My teenager was in a good mood this morning, so that
Because
kind
of
of
rain?
No, he just I don't know. You
It's a
never
good
know,
day?
but it dictates how my day's going to go usually.
Yeah, my daughter was in a good mood too. She's only 8 though, but they're doing like a cancer awareness week at school. So like yesterday was twin day, so she dressed like one of her friends.
That's fun.
Today they're wearing all gold. So I got her a yellow dress because I couldn't find a gold dress. So
Yeah.
she got like a little yellow romper or something that she's wearing, and then our neighbor goes to school with her, gave her a bunch of little gold accessories to put on her outfit. So she's
Fun.
she's feeling herself. So
Yeah.
she's enjoying herself. How's your business going so far this year?
It's great. I've had
Yes.
the best year that I've had in real estate, and every year it's been that way. You know, it just gets better and better.
Yeah.
And
I think that's if you're a full-time realtor, I think that is kind of the natural progression where your business generally doesn't take a huge step back year over
Yeah.
year. You may plateau because you only got so many hours and so much desire.
Right, yeah.
But yeah. So
Well,
business
I
is
mean,
good.
the more you do, the more referrals you get,
Mm-hmm.
more people you work with. So it just continues to grow.
Yeah.
So,
And most of the people that can't function with the referrals, they just get out,
yeah.
or they convert back to
true.
part-time, and there's nothing against that. No
Yeah.
problem. And not everybody's good at everything.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to do real estate part-time, I think. So
Yeah,
I did
that-
it for like 2 years, and
That's
it
how I
was
started
horrible.
was part-time, and it was tough. I had a 9 to 5. How do
Yeah.
you show houses at 2:00 when you have to be tied down to a desk
Right.
from 9 to 5? And
Yeah.
it was tough. And, then I guess I just kind of fell up and got lucky enough to be able to do this awesome job
Oh, I
full time.
remember when you chose to do it, and I was
was-
like, "Oh, he's brave," and then I was like, "I need to do that."
Oh, yeah,
and
we
everybody
did.
kept-
I forgot. We did
Yeah.
have that conversation. I completely
We were
forgot
at an
about
open
that.
house together. I think we were
Yes.
talking about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yep. I kept saying it for a long time. I was like, I need to do this full time, but I'm afraid. And everyone was encouraging me to do it. And finally, I was like, okay, it's time. I need to do this.
You got the
So,
desire. I mean, this is what I told my wife. I could just go get a job if I needed to next week. I might not be happy, but at least it's a
Right.
paycheck.
Yeah.
We're
very
not gonna.
true.
I'm not gonna do something to the point where we can't pay our mortgage and keep the roof over our head.
Yeah. Yeah. You can go sell like pencils on the corner or something
Exactly.
if you have to.
Yeah, do whatever I can. I've started businesses. I'll do it again. All right. So in real estate, we are used to. We actually talked about this on the phone when I asked you to be on this. Is we get stuck in this kind of lane of only showing our victories, right?
You're right. Mhm.
Just sold, just listed, under contract. Look at this awesome house that that I came across for a client. Blah blah blah. Well, time to humble myself a little bit and admit to a couple of my losses. So
Yeah.
huge hit to the ego, if I'm going to be honest. I lost 2 listings this week.
Oh, no.
So it's not uncommon to lose a listing. It happens from
Yeah,
time to time.
right,
But I
absolutely.
lost 2 in 1 week. That one was that
Makes
one
it
was
harder when it happens like close together.
Yeah, because once you lose the first one, you go to the next one, and you're like, if I lose this one, that's 2.
You're like, what am I doing wrong?
Sure enough, I lost them both. One was over, and I don't mind sharing. One was over the fact that no buy side commission wanted to be offered. Mm-hmm. They didn't believe that they should have to do that, and I was very adamant that they should.
Yes,
if they
good
want
for
to
you.
market the home, and they found an agent that believed that she could get it sold without offering that. So, I said if she tells you that, make her stick to it.
Yeah.
Don't just allow her to say things just to get the listing. And unfortunately, I think some people are doing that with the changes. They're saying whatever they have to get the listing.
Well, it's up to us to educate them and really kind of dictate the way that this is all going to go, I think. And I'm just not for that when the agents
we
are like,
control the narrative.
yes. And I'm so proud of you for sticking to your guns on that because
Yep.
I would do the same thing.
I would have really liked it. It was a house in a neighborhood that I farm.
Yeah.
So it would have been really nice to get that listing. But, I told her I wish you nothing but the best. Hopefully
Yeah.
you get exactly
She'll
what
probably
you
come
need
back
and
to
then
you.
some. Maybe. Hope so.
That's how it goes usually.
The other one was they found an agent who aligned better with them on price.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I
rare
lost
that
one last year for that
it's
too.
pretty rare when I'm that far off on price, but they wanted something different, and it's their property. They can sell for what they want. I told them what I believed it can get. I would love to get them more. I have no reason to not want to get them more, but I also have to bring my thoughts and opinions to the table, and it was it was significantly less than what they wanted and what another agent believed they could get for them. So like I said, I know we're always used to sharing our wins. It's sometimes it's humbling to share your losses from time to time.
Yeah, that's very true.
Jamie, one of the most important things about every real estate transaction,
What?
the title company.
Yes.
Not only do they handle the title search, but they prepare the deed, handle all legal matters that arise, and smooth out even the toughest of situations. As a Louisville realtor, I use Limestone Title and Escrow as much as possible. They have never let me down. With 7 on-staff attorneys and a team of over 40 dedicated title experts, they've got you covered for all your Kentucky and Southern Indiana needs. Their costs are competitive, but their willingness to go above and beyond is priceless. I cannot recommend Limestone Title enough for your real estate closings. Follow them on all their social medias at Limestone Title Louisville. I say this every time, but I'll say it again. They could not pay me to read this, and I still would. Because Limestone's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I use Limestone any chance I get.
Yes.
They are always there to answer questions and, just right on it if I need something.
And
so.
I don't even want to start giving people shout out by names because I'm going to forget somebody. So
Yeah.
I'm intentionally
good.
They're all great, but I don't want to forget somebody. So they are all fantastic, everyone that I've dealt with.
Yeah, I love Limestone.
So I told you we were going to do a conspiracy theory, but I lied. We're going to do a reaction to something. This has always bothered me, and it's been in my notes app for this podcast for a while.
Okay.
There's a Taylor Swift song. All right, we all know who Taylor Swift is. And the phrase to the song, I don't remember the song, so don't ask me. The song is, "We could leave the Christmas lights up till January."
Okay.
All right, you know the song?
No.
All right, there's a song.
I'm not like a huge
Okay,
Taylor
well, there's a
Swift
song that
person.
says, "We can leave the Christmas lights up until January." She says it like it's crazy
Yeah.
to leave Christmas lights up till January. That's only 7 days after Christmas.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why that's such a crazy idea. I'm pretty sure I do that every year, actually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, like you're busy during the holidays and
Yes.
you don't have time to, right after Christmas.
Well, we have like
go
the
out and
commercial
take it
grade
down.
lights that go up all around our house. So I got to get the big old, like, little giant 25-foot ladder out and on my sloped driveway, and I still somehow, it's not safe. If my wife saw what I did, she'd kill me. But I take like 2 wheel chalks. I know this isn't safe. But I take 2 wheel chalks and I put them behind the ladder, like the legs of the ladder.
Yeah.
And I just go up the ladder, and just hope that those wheel chalks are going to stop the ladder
Oh
from
my gosh.
falling
Jake.
back. Yeah. And it's all on Ring camera.
I'll have
so
to check on you in January.
Yeah,
to make
if
sure
I-
you're still good.
If I die from Christmas lights, this video's not going to age very well.
They have the ones that you can have installed permanently now,
Yes.
and then just go out there and turn them on at Christmas. I've been thinking about getting those.
Yeah, but it's probably just got the double-sided tape, and then
It does.
The
My
double-sided
brother and
tape gets
sister-in-law.
dust on it, then it comes down. I got to go up and
True.
replace it, and at that point, I might as well just do the lights. And I've seen it like for Mardi Gras, or like they'll do like purple and yellow. Halloween you can do those.
We've got somebody in my neighborhood who uses them like all year long for different things, and everybody in the neighborhood complains about it. I'm like, no, just use those at Christmas, and then you're good. But,
So in a past life, I owned a bounce house company.
I knew that.
And a lot of bounce house owners in the off season, they will do Christmas lights.
Okay.
So it keeps them kind of busy in the off season. Apparently, you can make a lot of money doing Christmas lights because it's stressful, it's hard. You're out in the elements all day long. It doesn't matter if it's snowing; people still want the Christmas lights.
Yeah.
So I bought the commercial grade to kind of do on my own house as a test run.
Yeah.
And then I realized I don't like getting up on ladders and up on roofs like I used to.
When it's snowing outside and ice everywhere.
That endeavor never really got off the ground. But now I have really nice commercial lights for my house. So got that going for me.
Well, maybe I'll hire you to come and do ours.
No.
Okay.
I'll give you a great referral. I have a great referral for it. But not me.
Okay.
All right. You bought a Tesla.
Yes.
I saw the Facebook, Instagram post about the Tesla.
Yeah.
How long have you had it now?
A couple months.
Couple months?
Yeah.
Have you noticed any issues with charging?
No, not at all.
I've got a truck, and before I got the truck, I actually really considered getting a Tesla. It's like, I love the idea of it. I had my electrician quote me on how much it would be to do like a designated circuit in the garage for the charger because we don't have one in our house. and wasn't crazy expensive, wasn't, earth-shattering, life-changing
Right.
money. It just wasn't cheap, but it wasn't life-changing. And if I'm going to make the commitment, I'm going to make the commitment.
Right. You have to.
And then I
if you've
started
got a
thinking
Tesla.
about, I think I was driving by a Meijer one day,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw like this guy just sitting there in the Meijer parking lot out in Springhurst with the charger, and I'm like, I feel like that's going to be me at some point. I'm just going to be sitting there for like 45 minutes scrolling on my phone while my car's charging.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any issues with the charging?
No, so I've actually only used a charger outside of our home once.
Okay.
And that was when we went to Tennessee, picked up the car, and then halfway through we stopped at Buc-ee's, which we would have stopped
course.
at anyway to
Yep.
get some like candied hot pecans and
Yep.
all that. So we sat at the supercharger for like 20 minutes and we were basically fully charged. But when we got home, we had one of our friends, Chase Troutman, who's an electrician.
Mm-hmm.
He came in and installed a 220 plug in our garage. And so every night I just plug up, and the next morning I
You're locked
have
and
full
loaded.
charge. Yeah,
What's
I've
your
got,
full distance that you could get? Have you tested to see how far you can get on one charge, miles-wise?
so I charge to 80% every night, and that gets me 240 miles. So, if I'm
it's
going,
very rare that I go over 240 miles in a day.
yeah. Well, I'm Lexington, Louisville, because I'm right in between, and Shelbyville a lot. Our office is in Louisville, and I do a lot in Lexington. So I can usually go from Shelbyville to Lexington to Louisville and back on a full charge, and it's fun. And if I've got a lot more to do in Louisville, I'll stop at home for a little bit, maybe grab some lunch, and then charge up a little bit more because I get 30 miles per hour that I charge.
Okay.
So
It's not bad. What's the supercharger get you then? Standard charger gets you 30.
I don't know. If I'm going to like 240 miles and it takes 20 minutes, you can do the math, whatever that
it's
is.
a full charge in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
I'm pretty sure it was almost fully charged.
That's
but,
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I just never use that because
Yeah.
I charge at home. There's no reason to.
fair.
But yeah, I love my Tesla, and anybody who's working with a lot of buyers and is in real estate needs a Tesla because you're not paying for gas, and I started thinking about it when the gas prices got really high.
Yeah.
You
And
remember
that was kind of what prompted me to think about it too, is just the gas.
Yeah. Well, and I had a BMW, so I was paying premium gas, and it was just crazy expensive. I think I was paying like $400 to $500 a month for gas, and so now I don't.
Have you
And I
seen
love
what
it.
the electric bill is versus the charger now? Is it even noticeable?
Not much. So it was last month. It was 125, I think, more, but also it was like one of the hottest months. So
your
I
AC's
don't really have
working
like an
overtime.
accurate number
Yeah.
yet.
I'll be
But
curious
it's not
to see
going to be
what that
much.
is.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
So you don't go to the gas station much anymore, but I try
Yeah.
to ask as many people as I can, what's your go-to gas station snack?
So yeah, like I never have been a go inside the gas station, get snacks kind of person unless I'm going on a long road trip
Yep.
to like show a house. And then this is kind of embarrassing because it's so unhealthy, but I'll get Funyuns or Grippos and one of those long flat Laffy Taffies and a Red Bull.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
So very unhealthy, but it's just my kind of non-negotiable if I'm taking a long road trip.
I asked George this, and he called me a child when I gave him my answer. But my go-to is go to Thornton's, and they've
Okay.
got the firecracker popsicles. You know those, the red, white, and blue popsicles.
Oh, yeah.
They have that flavor in a slushie.
Oh, okay.
It's the greatest
Yeah.
thing ever. I think I actually had one this week.
Yeah.
But that, and then the mini peanut butter crackers.
Okay.
So it's simple.
Well, at least that's somewhat healthy. You're eating peanut butter-ish.
Sure.
Better than
However you
like
wanna sell
Grippos
it.
or Funyuns or Taffy,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. What did you do before real estate? We talked about you went full time. What did you do?
You probably get a shorter answer if you ask me what I didn't do. But I'm not going to say how many years because that'll tell you how old I am. But like right after high school, I went to a dental assisting program,
Okay.
and I worked in an endodontic practice for all those years until about 2 years ago. And I did that, I guess it was about 3 or 4 days a week. But all along, I was doing other things. So I went to nursing school when I was in my early 20s, and I graduated from nursing school. But then I decided I hated it and decided not to work as a nurse. And I went to aesthetic school and worked in a spa. So I did like facials, waxing, and then I became a Brazilian wax specialist. So I trained other estheticians on how to wax, those uncomfortable areas. And I did like freelance makeup, for weddings and that kind of thing. And so, yeah,
So you got
I did a
you got a little
lot.
entrepreneurial spirit in you.
Yeah, for sure.
Little bit.
I get bored, so I had to like do one thing part time so
Yeah.
that I could keep myself occupied like with something else.
That was kind of how
wasn't
my
really
entrepreneur
changing.
stuff went. I just got bored and sold them.
Yeah,
All right, NAR stuff.
yeah, that's gonna
The
be
elephant in the room.
right. Yeah,
All right, so I've seen more and more agents now that kind of more dust has settled from the stuff. More and more agents now are encouraging sellers not to offer cooperating commission, and commission should be on the merits of the offer. I just showed a house yesterday and asked, call the agent to see if I could get the doc, see, hey, what are, if anything, are you offering? She said it's all based on, what you send. Send me over an offer and include it in there. So what are your, what's your kind of your 30-second thoughts on commissions and the NAR stuff? Should we offer it? Should we encourage sellers not to offer it? Or, what's your approach personally?
yeah. So I am 100% against that idea of telling a seller, no, don't offer this, because this whole thing started because of transparency.
Yes.
There was no transparency. So if a seller isn't offering that and then you're on the other end of it and you're negotiating for a buyer, but you don't know what the commission is, then you can't really represent that buyer to the best of your ability, in my opinion, because at that point you're fighting for your commission, but you're also trying to get the best price for your buyer, and nothing's transparent about what the commission is.
Yeah.
So I am not for that at all. I encourage all my sellers to come up with a number and say, hey, this is what we have. We've got the buyer's broker compensation agreement signed, so I can send that to anybody who's showing the house up front.
Yep.
So
I always thought it was funny that, and George, I just said it yesterday, I was in a meeting with him, and that the media and a lot of stuff on social media talks about how housing prices are going to drop because of this. And it's like, no, I think Johnny homeowner's just going to keep that extra X amount of percent. Then he's not going to take that much less for his house because of it. Like,
right. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all to me.
It's not going to happen as much as you want to think it is, or as much as people want you to think it is, or, and I'm not like, again, anti-establishment, anti-media, whatever, but they're about clicks and, that's what drives it right now. But you're not going to be able to buy a house for less.
And if that was the case, then why wouldn't we just keep it the way that it is? Because, the seller's going to get less, you're going to pay, I don't know.
Yeah,
Doesn't make sense.
rates are the driving factor with affordability.
Yeah.
And as they're coming down, thankfully.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a good situation when housing prices drop. I think there's going to be other factors as to the reason why housing prices are dropping. And I don't think we're going to like those reasons. I think that's going to be very bad for either economical or political or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't do politics on this, but it's going to be something that happens if housing prices drop, and you paying your mortgage is not going to be that big of a concern anymore.
Yeah.
If we find ourselves in
Absolutely.
that world.
I agree.
So what are the conversations looking like when you go to a listing appointment? People don't know a lot. People may know a ton from the headlines, but they don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
They think they know what's going on, but they maybe have been misinformed. What are your conversations like now at listing appointments? Are you bringing it up? Are they bringing it up? What have you seen?
So a lot of them have brought it up. I mean, everybody sees what's going on in the news, and it's a lot of false information, and so it's just our job to educate them on the cons of not offering the buyer's agent commission. I mean, they are going to sell their house faster if they are offering that. They're going to have more buyers come to their listing if they're offering commission. And so, they don't know those things. And the only two things that have changed are, we've got the buyer's agent commission, and the commission is no longer on the MLS. Nothing else has changed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, you're signing the documents with the buyers, but all it takes is, the buyer to say, I don't want to work with you anymore, and I'm not going to force them. Like, the document protects us from showing them 20 houses, and then they call up some random Joe Realtor on Friday and write an offer with him, and it's like, wait a minute, we had all this signed up, ready to go. That's probably when the document protects us. But yeah, if you don't want to work with me, like, I don't want to go through 45 days of awkwardness once we finally get a contract.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to keep showing you another 20 houses of awkwardness. Like, if you don't want to work with me, I get it. We might just not be the right fit.
Right.
I have a type of personality that some people don't like, believe it or not.
I don't believe that 1 second. But yeah, I think it's also important to give them examples of what we've seen so far. And, I've had buyers who are like, if that seller isn't offering your commission, then okay, let's go to the next one. And so, sorry, that was me. So it's important to let them know that. You're going to lose buyers if that's the route that you're going to go.
And I'm good at marketing homes. I am great at finding buyers for properties. I'm not afraid to do dual agency. I'm not against it. But there's maybe 1 out of every 15, 1 out of every 20 houses.
Yeah.
Most of the time, your buyer's going to come with another agent.
Yeah.
And we got to make sure that is taken care of, or else days on market is going to start to go up.
Yeah. And then people are going to try to negotiate more because they're like, oh, it's been on the market. I know as a buyer's representative, I would be like, oh, it's been sitting for a little bit. Let's try to negotiate.
Yeah.
Be more aggressive about negotiation.
I'm going to ask for 3% commission. I'm also going to ask for another 3% for my seller and closing costs.
Yeah.
Well, what type of loan program are we in? All right, what can we max out on closing costs? Let's try and get that too. Oh, also, we're going to slice the price by $10,000 as well. And like, at that point, the seller was really just trying to save $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, and now they're getting gouged for $40,000 just so they can get the house done.
Yep, that's the way it's going to go.
So I personally, like I said in the beginning, I think you have really good social media.
Thank you.
I think you do a great job. I think it is. What's the word I'm looking for? It is specific. You take. It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna take a picture of this and post it. Like it's very. I can't even come up with the right word for it. I'm sorry. Deliberate. Deliberate. That's the word. There we go. It's very deliberate. What kind of goes through your mind? What's your thought process behind marketing on social media? What is your thought process of, creating content for social media? Where, what is your kind of pitch on how you operate through socials?
Okay. So I think it's important to balance, your personal life with real estate too, because people want to know who you are when someone's trying to decide who they're going to work with to represent them in a transaction. They want to know who you are, what you're like on a day-to-day basis. But also, I use social media to the max to market my listings. Our media department does a great job of recording us doing listing promo videos. We've got the indoor drone now that we use, and just all the amazing photos. And so I just use that all across all platforms. And then I'll do like ads on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And then I'll also use Google to promote my ads. I'll use Linktree to highlight my listings. And then I have that Linktree QR code on all my signs so they can click that or scan that and then go in and look at anything that I've got online. So
do you buy templates, or is it all organically created through you?
I obviously take advantage of our media team.
Yeah.
They create some things for me, but I have a Canva Pro account, so I use that a lot.
I use Canva
and then I
all the
also
time.
use CapCut.
Yeah, I've used CapCut before, generally just through TikTok. I'll sync into CapCut.
Yeah.
But I think it's Krista Richmond who said that she buys and they're like really dirt cheap, but like these templates off of Etsy maybe, where it's like 50, 100 templates for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
And she'll just, crop and change them to her instead of whatever they're selling. But I'm always curious about that, like if other people do things like that, or if that's something specific to her.
I don't use those for social media. I do use those templates on Etsy for open house follow-up and those kinds of things, because you can get the template and it's got pretty much everything you want to say in it, and then just go in and edit it to make it what you want it to be. But I don't really use it for social media. I did buy like a template package from someone on Etsy at one point, but I never used it because I felt like it wasn't like personalized enough.
Yeah.
So
maybe revisit that with your expertise in Canva. Maybe you can kind of upload those to Canva and then kind of manipulate them around. But if you start manipulating them too much, you might as well just start it from scratch.
Yeah.
So I think you can always tell there's certain ones, I know you've seen them, there's certain ones where if you type in real estate on Canva, like the first 4 or 5, you can always tell who uses Canva and who doesn't in real estate.
They're like all the same.
You'll see the same format and you're like, oh, I know that one. I've seen that one before.
Yeah.
All right. Why did you join Homepage?
So I was with another brokerage and I was looking for something that was more like upbeat and modern and just fun. But most of all, I was looking for community, just agents who support each other and, are not afraid to work together and, not like super competitive against each other.
Yeah.
And that's just what I was looking for because I just felt like I needed that like on a daily basis for joy in my life, no matter what it was that I was doing. And so, a friend of mine knew a friend of Carrie's, and Carrie is our owner, one of our owners. And they were like, you need to call Homepage or call Carrie and go and meet these people. And I was like, I never heard of Homepage. And so I ended up going, and I remember walking in the door and I was like, judging a book by its cover, I was like, everybody here is so beautiful. There's no way. This is what I'm looking for. These people cannot be kind. So then I go to the front desk and I think it was Tiffany Davidson that handed me a welcome card.
Yeah.
And like everybody had signed it and said, welcome, Jamie. And I was like, oh, wow, this is impressive. So then I go in and I talk to Carrie and George in Carrie's office, and they were just so like humble and laid back and kind. And I was like, this is really cool. Like everybody there was so welcoming. And so, with everything else that Homepage offers with media and, support and putting our listings in and all that stuff, I just felt like it was the right place for me. And so I joined, and I've made so many great friends and developed so many good friendships. And it is exactly what I was looking for, community and just fun and upbeat. We do all these fun things together, and it's everything I wanted.
Yeah, so. I had a similar experience. They roll out the red carpet when you get there and, make you feel like the greatest agent in the world. And they're going to help you become even better than what you are. And it almost, I say this as a compliment, it almost feels fake on the front end.
Yeah.
But I've been here, it'll be 3 years in December. I was like you, I was with another brokerage before. Mm-hmm. And it's only gotten better.
I know. That doesn't go away.
I don't understand how that's possible, but it's only gotten better, and it was 1,000% authentic from day one.
Yeah. And I remember thinking, I'm not going to fit in here. These are not my people. But like you said, it's very authentic. Everybody's very loving.
Well, I joined when I still had a 9 to 5. So like I didn't really have the ability to fit in. Like I just, I wasn't doing a ton of volume. I was doing enough, but I wasn't doing enough to think about it full time at that point. And so I never came to the office.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd walk in and like look at the Shannon Gata was at the front at the time when I first got there. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm like holding closing documents. She's like, oh, you can go over there and do this. I'm like, okay, thanks. And so like I go up and do that. And I'd come back and like, I need to schedule photos. Like I just didn't know anything of what to do. And Taylor onboarded me, and Taylor's amazing.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't retain a lot of it because I was at that time
a
very, very part-time agent.
And
it was, I would go weeks without even like doing anything significant in real estate. I was still trying to grow the business, still trying to grow my own personal brand, but it wasn't anything that was moving the needle from an income standpoint. So last question, we'll get you out of here.
Okay.
What is your lead gen? What's the main way that you get your leads? What's your main lead gen?
So I use a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. So Google, if you're a realtor, you've got to have a Google business page. So, I've had my clients I'll send them the link. Actually, Homepage sends it for me, the link to my Google page whenever I have a closing. So I have people go on there and do reviews because, the first thing that somebody's going to do when they hear your name is go and if they're looking for a realtor, go Google you. And so that's one thing. People a lot of times will find me on Google and read my reviews and they're like, oh, you sound like somebody I want to work with. This is what I need. Mm-hmm. So Google, I even do ads on there, and I'm constantly updating my profile on there, and I'll post my listings on there too. Social media, I get some leads from there, not as many as I would from Google.
Yeah.
Referrals, obviously. and Zillow. I know a lot of agents are very anti-Zillow.
I'm anti-Zillow, but if it works, do it. It didn't work for me. Clearly, clearly the model works, or else people wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
But it's not for me. But that's that. So do you do zip codes on Zillow, or do you do just leads in general, or how does your set? And if you don't, I don't need to know numbers, but like how does your partnership with Zillow work?
So I do that. When I first started real estate, I didn't want to work with anybody I knew because I was like, if I mess up, these people don't know.
Yep.
So I did just like a local zip code close to home. And I think I closed several transactions that first year. My second year, I think it was like 14 transactions from Zillow. And so I buy into the zip codes, but if you become like best of Zillow, they give, if you produce and you are able to close a certain amount, then they send you, it's called real-time touring leads. So they go through and they will look at where a buyer is and their buying process, and if they've already been pre-approved, and
so
all the things.
Qualify the lead for you.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So they will send those for free, and because they trust you. And basically what it is you'll get a call and it'll say, this person wants to see this house at this time. Can you do it or not? So you have to agree to like one of those 3 times. And if you can't, it's okay. You just go on. You can't like reschedule that one. But the other
is that you get first dibs, or do like they shotgun it out to like a bunch of agents?
Yeah, you get first dibs.
Okay.
So, but the zip codes that you buy into, that's completely different. They'll call you. If you don't answer, then it goes on to the next person.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, I love Zillow, and it's been great for my business. So now that we've had the changes with having to sign the buyer's agreement up front, I've dropped out because, I don't want to waste money if people are calling me and they're like, I don't know you. I'm not going to sign an agreement to pay you a commission when I have no idea who you are.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of let that play out and see what happens with that before I go back into Zillow. And this year I'm in a comfortable place where I don't need to do that anymore. So, obviously I'm able to convert those and build relationship with them, and it works for me. But right now I'm just kind of taking a little break from it. So
that's fair. All right. Like every episode, we got a closing gift. The gift is, I don't know if you made it this far on the other episodes that you've listened to.
I don't think so.
All right. You get a closing gift. The caveat is, though, it's regifted.
Okay.
So I didn't go out and buy anything. This came from my house. And since you are super techie now with your Tesla, we've got some smart LED light bulbs.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Use those for Christmas or help you with your things.
Yeah, I love that.
Some smart sockets.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I love these. We use these in our house.
Yeah, so you got more now. And an Amazon alarm clock.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Jake. That's so nice.
Closing gift for the day. Alarm clock, light bulbs, smart sockets.
Very nice.
Didn't pay a penny for them today. Paid for them at some point, but we regift all of our closing gifts. They're not paid for. It's part of the whole thing. It also helps me declutter.
Yeah.
All right. Other than that, anything you want to pump out real quick before we go? How can somebody find you on social or give you a call if they want to work with you specifically? If you've got a cool listing that's going up, anything, that floor is yours.
Yeah. Okay. So my handle on all social media is jamiewisely.realtor. So they can find me basically everywhere by using that.
Yep.
But I think that's all I got.
Perfect. All right, Jamie, it was awesome.
Thank you so much
for
having me.
I appreciate your time today.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Thanks.